But as the tensions have escalated, the number of tankers in the canal fell over 50% in the week starting January 15th. Well, to discuss the impact of that and other issues affecting oil, we're joined by Viktor Katona, lead crude analyst at Kpler. Well, Victor, only one place to start with that increasing disruption in the Red Sea. Give us your analysis on that.
Well, I think we're increasingly seeing the impact of the Red Sea disruptions. Initially, it was the container ship that avoided the Red Sea. Virtually none of them are left transiting the Bab el-Mandeb Strait and the Suez Canal. Then it was the oil product tankers because they got increasingly hit by the Houthis. And right now we're entering a stage where most of the crude tankers avoid the Red Sea. So for instance, most of the Iraqi tankers that were laden in January are actually going for the Cape rather than for the Red Sea. So it's an increasing impact, and increasingly more and more product categories are effectively prolonged in the voyages that they take en route from the Middle East or from Asia into Europe.
Well, another thing that investors are keeping a close eye on, of course, is the shutdown of Libya's largest oil field coming to an end over the weekend. Give us your assessment on that.
Well, in general, I think coming back to the topic of Red Sea disruptions, I think the Red Sea disruptions are the only remaining bullish story out there. Libya was a very bullish story as well, because no one really knew for how long would the protests be ongoing. How serious are they? But right now, with Sharara coming back, Libya is fully producing the 1.2 million barrels per day that it should be producing. And effectively, there's no longer any supply disruption across the universe. The United States is coming back from the cold snap. Libya is coming back from the supply disruptions. Overall, what does this mean for oil prices? Well, a lot of downward pressure, because we really needed those ad hoc events which could be prompting a little bit of an upside in prices. Now it seems that we've run off of all of them, and it's only the Red Sea that keeps oil prices where they are.
Let's turn our attention to OPEC's slightly surprise oil demand announcement last week, and an optimistic one at that, all the way through to 2025. What's your view? Is this an attempt by OPEC to boost the market potentially?
Well, definitely. I think they want to channel a message. They want to convey a message to the market. Believe in oil. Oil is still a good commodity to invest in. Oil is still a good commodity to be looking out for. And I think right now it matters really what OPEC will be saying towards the market, because it seems that in general, a lot of the investors don't necessarily look at oil as the best investment of 2024. They look into tech stocks, they look into something else, and oil is kind of forgotten. So there needs to be an occasional reminder from OPEC, even though it might not be fully accurate. The 2.2 million barrels per day that they expect in 2024, there needs to be this reminder, hey, listen, the oil market is still alive. There might still be growth in there. Don't forget that there's potential in there. It's kind of a corporate agenda, but again, it needs to be reiterated every single time.
Well, the International Energy Agency, of course, take a slightly different view, and that growth outlook in Europe and China is certainly muted. So, I mean, who's got it right here?
Well, I would generally say that the IEA and the more conservative forecasters are on the correct side, or will be on the correct side of history. 2024 doesn't seem to be a bullish year, and pretty much the only reason why we have oil prices where we are right now is supply disruption, logistics, something that no one really expected to happen back in 2023. But the balances actually say that we have a lot of new supply coming into the market, and demand, pretty much as you said, is stagnating. Even the good stories like China, they're stagnating too, let alone the Atlantic basin, with the United States, still potentially even facing recession at some point, and Europe seemingly, halfway into a recession. So there's no strong bullish story on the demand front. So again, for oil prices, it seems that being conservative in 2024 is the way to go.
Viktor Katona, lead crude analyst at Kpler, many thanks for your thoughts.